Good evening. Welcome to Television Centre Bracknell, boys and girls. It's Tuesday, the 24th of October 2017. Welcome to a little bit of a nighttime United Kingdom talk. Hope you're all well today, boys and girls. I see we need congratulations today because Diane has managed at last to get the first message in tonight. Oh dear, because Diane has been a little bit lax lately, boys and girls. She's been appearing sort of... There's a little bit of a competition going on between people, to be honest. When I start the show, who can get the first message in? And you don't have to wait until my little pretty boy face appears. You don't have to wait till then, okay? You can just do it as soon as we start. Congratulations to Diane today. Well done, Diane. Very pleased with you. Let's say hello to some early adopters. First of all, on Facebook Live. Kelly, greetings, Kelly. Mark, Ashley's there. The lovely Mark. Greetings, Mark. Hope you're well, little Mark Larney. Adam the Plumber. Shania's there on the Isle of Wight. Nathan. Mari, thank you for your email, Mari. Thank you very much, darling. On the next show, I shall play that request for you if I can find it. I'm not familiar with the Barry song that you requested there. Hello to Gustav, who writes, evening from Donegal in Ireland. Ireland, douze pois, who is back with you all tomorrow morning. You're coming back. Oh, feel free to stay a little bit longer if you want to, Gustav. 4, 5, 6 years if you need to, darling. Don't think you have to rush back suddenly. Not necessary, okay? All right, on to Periscope. Good morning to those of you, good evening rather, those of you on Periscope. Jonathan, Mosaic is there. Thank you, Jonathan, and thank you those of you that are sharing the show to your walls on Facebook or inviting people on Periscope. We got Ben as well. Greetings, Ben, who enjoyed the intro. Good morning, Ben. Thank you very much. Jonathan likes the theme tune. Yeah, we've had that for a while now. The theme tune is written. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Has gone right out of my head. That has. Is it David Arnold? David Arnold? Yes, David Arnold, silly me. Is written by David Arnold, who I located this. It's an old radio station jingle, like from the 80s. And I came across it and I wrote to David and I said, how much would it cost me to use it? And he said, feel free to use it. So that's fantastic. One of the things, I've been fiddling with this for the last minute, desperately trying, because I've got little you see poppies? It's nearly poppy day, boys and girls. Nearly poppy day, okay? Poppy Day, very important that we remember people who have died for us in the various wars. Okay, and I've got this one as well that was given to me by a guy called Gary, who works and does a lot of charity work. And it's got this yellow plastic thing on. And I'm watching the seconds. Correct, Craig. Radio Mercury, correct. Correct. That is exactly where that tune comes from. And kindly, David Arnold gave me permission to use it a few months ago now. So that's why we use that one. And I think it's a lovely tune. Lovely tune. I've also heard that tune, incidentally. That one that goes... The second tune. Da, 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 that one. I've also heard it used as a commercial, behind one of those... I think they're called infomercials, like the long adverts that you get on in the middle of the night. I'm sure I've heard it on there at some point. Anyway, back to this. So I've got this little thing, and it's got this yellow thing on the back. And I'll be blowed if I can get the damn thing off so I can pin it on. And I've been trying now. I was watching the seconds count down. I've got to get this on before we... Oh, hang on, it's off. There we go. It's off. Good. Oh, I see. So you actually pull it. What I was trying to do is squeeze. I do like a squeeze. Do you fancy a squeeze tonight? I bet you do. Who wants a squeeze? A squeeze tonight? Send over your addresses. I'll pop round later. Okay. I was trying to squeeze this bit, but that's worked. So now, shall I put this under the others or on the other side? I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look there. I think possibly on... We'll put it up there. We'll put it up there so I can be covered in poppies. Remembering the they call it the Great Wars, don't they? Nothing great about a war when thousands and millions, indeed, people die. There's nothing great about a war, but we must remember those people that have died in it. That just does not work at all, does it? I bet I can't get this off again now. 1 minute now. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to do this. I think they're better down one side, like awards. Can you see that if it's that far down? Or up there? Up there. Up there? There. 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 It'll go there, won't it? I'll just put that up there. Oh, my thumb. I should have done this before we started. Brilliant. Get that on there. And that's nice. Do go out and buy a poppy, boys and girls. I mean, you know, you don't have to spend £10, you know, if you've got... Can anyone come and dress me, please? Oh, it's useless, isn't it? There we go. That's better, isn't it? There we are. That's better. Craig is not too far from Radio Thamesmead, old studios. Gosh, I remember that. SE18, was it? Yeah. SE18. That's a long time ago, isn't it now? Good. Anyone else want a quick mention before we start today? I think I'm doing things wrong there. Hello to Mickey and Royston who are watching the show today as well. Hello, Mickey. Ashley is offering to dress me. Thank you very much, Ashley. I will consider you as well. I will consider you as a dresser. Okay, I will consider you as a dresser. So don't worry about that. We should have a award for the first comment. Well, I can't be just giving prizes away left, right, and centre. Really, Shania? We're not made of money, are we, dear? No, we're really not. Especially after today. I've spent money again today. I've spent more money. I'll come to that in a little bit. Okay. Greetings to Jim, who enjoys the nice little cannon video earlier. Yes, that was very funny, Jim, wasn't it? Someone, actually it was my nephew, Gary, who put a little cannon video on my wall. Merlin's there. Greetings, Merlin. Peter Hides. Hello, Peter. Rod, Vera. Oh, you're busy. You got no one got anything to do tonight, then? Sat at home watching this old rubbish? Do me a favour. Now, just back to the poppy thing, while we're talking of poppies and badly dressed television show hosts. It is a television show. This is a television show. My mate says it's not television, it's the internet. What do you think this is? Does this look like a television studio? Does this? Is this not looking like a television centre to you? Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, I get this through the post every year, and you can get one if you, or you can just look online. poppyshop.org.uk. Where's the co? Have they not got co on it anymore? There's no co on there. Oh, I feel a bit shortchanged, don't you? poppyshop.org.uk. There's a phone number as well, and there's various different things for all pockets. You know, there's some expensive stuff in here, and there's some cheap stuff in here. Now, if you want to go mad, you can buy a large poppy like that with the little bits of... they're not going to be crystal, are they? They'll be glass. That's going to cost you... the large one is about 25 quid. A lot of money, but you know some of the money's going to the charity appeal there. Or you can get something small, you know, like one of the paper poppies. I don't know, you put 50 pence or something in a little box like that, and they take that away. They've got all sorts of stuff in here. Look, all sorts of different poppies, okay? Like brooches, they got, what's that? Poppy glasses chain, so you don't lose your glasses. That's 10 quid for the gold look one. Obviously not gold, you know. They've got mugs. Okay, what's that thing? A hip flask. Have you ever seen anyone with a hip flask? I don't think I have. Only on the television. You know, on films and detective shows and stuff like that. You see them come out with a hip flask and it's full of booze in it. Well, the only time I ever had a bottle full of booze was when I was on school outings. And we used to have what was disguised as a bottle of Coca-Cola that actually had martini in it. And have you ever had martini? You have too much of that. Oh, it's vile stuff after a while, isn't it? I think it was martini. That's the taste of martini, the most beautiful girl in the world. It's the right one. That's martini. Do you remember that advert? No, just me, is it? Okay, it's quite old. There's cufflinks. Now, these are really nice. 80 quid, a lot of money. But gold cufflinks. Aren't they nice? Look at those. All right, what else we got in here? A whistle. Ooh, ooh. It's like the whistle they put on, you know, the... well, it's probably bigger than that. Have you seen that whistle and the little flashing light that they've got on life jackets? You know. You know, the plane's about to crash. This thing comes tumbling out of the sky. You jump out the door and end up in the middle of the sea, miles away from anywhere, and there's a little light flashing. Like someone's going to see that. Who is going to see that light? Who's going to be... No one's going to be there to hear it. What a blooming waste of time that is. You might as well say goodbye, kiss your ass goodbye. And that's it, and it's all gone. There's all sorts. Look, pens, bags, everything in there. So if you want to have a look at that, give some money to charity and get something in return. Because if you're like me, you don't like putting money in a box and not getting anything about it. At least you get a paper poppy on the Poppy Appeal. Then have a look through that, okay? Poppyshop.org.uk. No co. No co for some reason, okay? Good evening to Moses, one of my favourite doormen of all time. He known as Moses Brewers. I can't think why you're called that, Moses, but welcome to the show today. Peter said he got drunk on martini. It's not good. It was rosé. Yes, isn't there two? There's a martini rosé and a martini white one that looks a bit like water. That's right, isn't it? I'm sure there is. It's years since I had that. Or it's vile stuff. In the end, after a few sips of that, it tastes metally in the mouth, if I remember rightly. Well, I didn't feel well at all after that. Vera says a hip flask for skiing. Do you go skiing, Vera? Dangerous, that is, my love. Dear, dear. Merlin takes a little drink or two into his meetings. I'm not surprised at that. You look drunk most of the time, to be honest, Merlin. I have to say. Are you drunk most of the time? Okay. Vera says, can you move Barry behind you so that we can see? Can you not see Barry? He's there. Can't you see him? Why can't you see Barry? You must be able to see Barry. Oh, so you can't see him. What, the wonderful Barry Manilow? He needs to be prominently displayed. In fact, I think over there is too far away. I'm thinking I've got a life-size, blow-up Barry Manilow standing next to me. I look forward. Thank you, Craig. It's Blanco, isn't it? Blanco. That's right. That's that martini. I think a life-size Barry Manilow standing behind me, joining us in. That would be an idea. Hip flask for Northern Soul All-Nighters. Yes. I know what you mean, Craig. Good. So today, first of all, boys and girls, it's the Slimming World News. Are you ready? So today, as always, I have been to Slimming World. And today, I was not head of chocolates. Today, I was head of the raffle. I had to sell the raffle tickets. Now, there is a Slimmers World basket. And they have a few little items in there. We're only like talking perhaps a packet of rice, a few carrots, that sort of thing. You know, nothing massive in there. And but I sold the raffle tickets today with the premise of... anyone want a raffle ticket? Come on. Today's prize is a holiday for two in the Seychelles, a small car, a self-contained flat, or the Slimmers World Basket. Who knows what the prize is today? So I sold quite a few raffle tickets. I didn't win the raffle. Foolishly, I didn't sell an inch myself. So I sold all these raffle tickets and I forgot to buy some myself. But there we are. So we did the raffle. And then we had the weigh-in. And today's lay-in... I am now weighing half a pound less than I did last week. Thank you very much. I am now 12 stone and 5 pounds. Thank you very much, Chris Reardon. 12 stone, 5 pounds. So I lost half a pound. I think the biggest weight loss this week was from a young lady called Vanessa, who was a little bit upset the other week. I did feel sorry for her. She was really upset because she says she'd stuck to the plan and hadn't lost any weight on this particular week, a couple of weeks ago. But this week she's lost 3 pounds and has now lost in total 3 stone. Isn't that great? 3 stone. So then they go around. Linda, who is queen of all of Slimming World, goes around and talks to everyone. And she does these little talks. And she come to me. And they've been talking about habits that you get into. Oh, someone's written in German there. Ford Power. Hello, Ford. Hello, Chris. Ich, Jenny, Denny, Show, Jess. I'm really sorry. I don't speak German, I'm afraid. Could you translate that, please, into English? If we were on Star Trek now, we would just be able to talk and understand each other, wouldn't we? Sorry about that. I don't understand that language, I'm afraid. Someone translate that if you're watching on the... What are you on? Oh, I think you're on Twitch. Are you on Twitch or something like that? I'm not quite sure what you're on. Can you write in English, please? Because I don't speak German. Sorry about that. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly says, well done. All right. Very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. So we're coming around now. And they've been talking about habits, and it's so easy to get into a habit. One of the habits that I often used to fall into was buying crisps on the way home. So what would happen is one day I need petrol tonight. So I pull into the garage, fill up with the petrol. You go into the garage. And I usually go to the same petrol station on a Friday. I go to the same place every Friday. Little Asian man runs it. and he lets certain people into the shop. Other people that look a little bit dodgy, like probably, most of the people watching the show, you wouldn't be allowed in. Thank you, Ford. A little English. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, sir. A little bit of English coming through there. Thank you very much. Yes, most of you, I have to say, looking at you and your pictures, I've got to say, you probably wouldn't be allowed to walk into the petrol station late at night. I come along, I've got the jacket on, the shirt, I've just come back from work. He waves, pushes a button, and the door just lets me in. And I walk in, and I always have a chat with him. I don't know what his name is. Asian man he is. He's about 45 years old. I think it's his own business, this petrol station. It used to be Gulf, but that's recently changed now to Esso. And on a Friday night, they always have cheap petrol, and it's generally 3, 4, 5 pence a litre cheaper than at all other times. Now, that usually happens on a Saturday and also a day during the week, which is usually Tuesday. But I usually fill up Saturday. When I say Saturday, I'm there like Saturday morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning on the way home. And I divert my normal route specifically to go past his petrol station. And we have a bit of a chat. Hello, how are you this week? I'm all right. And we have a little bit of a chat there. Sometimes a long chat, sometimes a short chat. And I'm in there. And while he's talking to me in there, people like yourselves, watching the show today who are not allowed in the shop because you're not special, okay, you'll be queuing up. And it's wonderful to be nice and warm talking to my Asian friend in there while watching the cold people outside fumbling around in their pockets, The hands are so cold they can't feel the coins in their pockets as they go and shove them through the window, which is only open that much just in case someone comes with a gun. Because that can happen, can't it? That can happen. Oh, cheese and onion crisps, JMO. I'm just coming to those, darling. I'm just coming to the cheese and onion crisps. Don't worry. All right. So I fill up and then, I shouldn't really. I'll just have a bag of crisps while I'm in there. Now, just before you start screaming and shouting at me, no crisps. Don't worry. I haven't. I'm going back here to June. It seems forever on a day away. June, July, August, September. That was 5 months ago, June, July, August, September, October. Nearly 6 months ago was June. Gosh, where's that gone? Another 5 months of my life just gone down the pan like that. Anyway, so I'm in there and I just have a bag of crisps while I'm in there. Okay, yeah, 1 bag of crisps. Oh, it's 2 for £1.20. Oh, I might as well have 2 then. So you have the 2 bags of crisps, and then you say bye-bye, and then I wait at the door until it's clear, because some of those people that possibly like yourselves have been standing there, at they're waiting for that door to open. So as soon as I see no one there, I rush out and quickly close it behind me so no one else can get in. And I proceed to my vehicle with my 2 little bags of crisps, keeping an eye around me of any dodgy characters, because we've got the university down there, the Royal Holloway University. There's some very dodgy sorts coming out of there, dear, walking up and down to the petrol garages, buying their. Aren't they funny students? They go shopping at 2 o'clock in the morning in their pyjamas. Isn't that ghastly? I mean, for God's sake, dress up if you're going to go shopping, please. So I get back in my car. And then on the way back, I might open the bag. This is back in June. I would open a bag of crisps. Well, I'll have the other one tomorrow. And you have the 1 bag. Oh, I'll have the other bag. And that's it. Right. So then the next night, you could be driving home, right? And you're going past, I'll just pop in the gate. I'll just get 1 bag of crisps. And you're in the habit. Do you see what I mean? You're then in the habit of every time you drive home, just popping in at the garage and having another 2 bags of crisps. It's like 500 calories, 2 of those bags. So you need to break that habit. And I was saying to Linda and the girls at Slimming World today that I got out of that habit. After 2 weeks, you get out of the habit. And that's the same with everything, I think. Smoking. I used to smoke 40 cigarettes a day. About 30 years ago. Honestly, I gave that up about 30 years ago now. But you get into certain habits. Buying chocolate, doing this, doing that. If you can break the habit for 2 weeks, it's gone. So nowadays, I can drive past the garage. And I don't know, I go in, I buy petrol. I don't even look at the crisps. Oh, no, I don't think I want any crisps. The thing is, what do you want more? As Linda, Queen of Slimming World, says, what do you want more? Do you want to lose the weight? Or do you want the crisps? And, for that moment, while you're standing there in the garage looking at those cheese and onion crisps, which JMO loves, looking at it, you think, oh, shall I just have that back? But no, I hardly even think about it. You see, I've broken the habit. And I was saying at class, I've been so good at breaking the habit that, now I drive home and I see the petrol garage. I'm like, nope, I won't get any today. And I drive home 3 times now. I've run out of petrol because I don't go. So I'm very pleased to say I broke the habit, and this week I'm half a pound off once again. So that's very, very good. All right. Merlin now wants crisps. Merlin, if you do have crisps, take your little phone out, switch on the 3 or 4G, and you can watch me while you're... I don't know what it's like where you live, Merlin. Is it quite safe walking around there late at night with a mobile phone? My guess is not. Are you in Cambridgeshire? I think that's a dodgy old place, that is, Cambridgeshire, isn't it? I mean, everyone... Oh, Cambridge, what a lovely place this is. They look it up in the history. Oh, dear, couldn't be further from the truth. Dangerous, dear. Acid being thrown left, right and centre. Ghastly place. Ghastly. All right. Alexander, greetings, Alexander. Love a bit of Christen Tuesday night. Never one to interrupt a soap. Oh, so I don't watch soap operas. Oh, do you know what I haven't seen yet this week? Star Trek. Star Trek Discovery. Good news, boys and girls. Someone sent me a personal message today, which occasionally happens on Facebook. Someone sent me a personal message letting me know that Star Trek Discovery has been commissioned for Series 2. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. My friend Christopher Woodhouse told me that we're on Series 1 of the new Star Trek at the moment, only available on Netflix. Okay? Only available on Netflix. I think they've split it up, so you're going to get 8 episodes and 7 episodes a little bit earlier on next year. So I think we're on... I think this week is episode 5, which I'm actually going to watch as soon as I finish the show today. I completely forgot. I should have watched it last night. So I'm going to watch that, all right? Thank you, Brendan, who says Lincoln Park, breaking the habit. Crisps in this case. Thank you very much. Yeah, avoid those crisps. Crisps are one of the worst things you could possibly have, I think. I got a feeling crisps are worse than chocolate. Because at least you don't fry chocolate, do you? You don't fry chocolate. Crisps are all fried and all that business. Anyway, let's do some of your messages there. Jim says Netflix and chili. Is that what you're at? Netflix and chill. Well, yeah, Netflix. And it's all right, Netflix. I don't actually have my own subscription. I've got my sister's code, and they actually allow you to do that. But if she's watching it, I can't watch it at the same time. I always think I have this thing about subscription television. When I was a boy, everything was free. You never paid for anything to watch the telly, whether it was a wonderful feature film, I don't know, The Sound of Music on Christmas Day, or sports. I was never into sports, but now all the boxing, or the football, the cricket, the tennis, it was all free. You just turned it on and there it was. Usually on the BBC One Grandstand or ITV World of Sport. Ba 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 da 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 with Dickie Davis. Is he still around? We like Dickie Davis. Dickie Davis and Frank Bough. He got caught for something naughty, didn't he? Good old Frank. But we loved Frank Bough. We loved Frank Bough and we loved Dickie Davis. And the ones that came along after them, they were all right. Now, who was the guy? And, he started believing in lizards and things like that. He started believing in lizards. I can't remember what his name was now, and he started wearing purple and all that. I mean, he was all right, but it wasn't Frank Bough. And I think you get used to a presenter, don't you? We loved Frank. I never liked sport, but I loved watching Frank Bough, and he was so professional. He'd sit there, and if anything goes wrong, he'd just carry on talking. And Dickie Davis, the same. Dickie Davis and the old moustache. You remember the moustache of Dickie Davis? It was ever so big. He was great people on the telly. Thank you. Jim says the Lizard of Oz. I don't know if it was the Lizard of Oz or not. Oh dear. Hello to Naheen, who says I don't get it. Neither do I, Naheen. None of us get it. None of us get why we're sitting here doing this. We really don't. Hello to Azian. Azian Ali, welcome along. You're new to the show today, aren't you? So welcome along to you. All right. And Adam, he says it was Dave Icke. Thank you very much. David Icke. David Icke, and we used to watch him, and he wonderful presenter. And then he went and started talking about lizards and things to do with the planet. And you know, people believe what they believe, and that's it. Is that any worse than me being a Catholic and believing in God and Jesus? Well, it's just another thing, isn't it? You know, we all have our own thing, and I'm a great believer in respecting whatever anyone believes, whether they believe nothing, atheist. Or something to do with the sun, pagans, is it pagans? You know, something to do with Baptists or Muslims or Buddhists, or, you know, if you want to believe that, that's fine. You know, and we all have our little own thing, don't we? We really do. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was that. So Slimming World's done. And then, boys and girls, my mate came round, and he was with his nephew today, who is, what's his name, Archie. And I took them out for Pizzahut. I know. I allow myself one meal per week where I go off the Slimming World plan, and that just happened to be today. Last week it was the afternoon tea at Stoke Park in Pog, Pogue, Pog, something like that. I can't remember what it was, which is a wonderful place. Oh, good old mansion and all that business. So I did that last week. This week it was Pizzahut, so we went out to Pizzahut, and I've got to say we had the buffet, which means you go up and have as much as you want. I mean, you can only eat so much, can't you? And I thought that was pretty well priced, actually. So we did 2 adults and 1 child, £21. You know, and I had X amount of pizza. 8 slices, actually. 8 slices of pizza. And I had a couple of glasses of Coke. I think my mate had the same, and the little boy had what he wanted today, and we weren't hungry afterwards. I got to say, the service was good, the food was good, everything was fine. But I've got to say, soon afterwards, I felt, I'm not sure about this. You know, I didn't feel right afterwards. Not sick, there was nothing wrong with the food. I guess I'm just not used to eating loads of cheese and bread stuff all the time. And I came out of there and I thought, I wish I hadn't had that, you know. Ever since then, I've been to bed, I've got up, and before I came and spoke to you, I was watching a little bit of Holby City on BBC One, colour. And I had a jacket potato with chili beans. And no butter. We don't put butter on it. I put on there fat-free soft cheese, which is quark. It's called quark. Okay, so I mixed that and put that in with the potato and put the beans on top. And I've sat there. Oh, that was really nice. I don't feel bad now. You know, but the pizza, it was too much. It really was too much. And funnily enough, I think Adam the plumber, who's with us today, that's Adam Tubero. He's a plumber. If you ever need any plumbing work, that's the man you want, okay? He won't rip you off, I promise you that. If he rips you off, come and tell me, and I will cut his head off. It will be physically removed live on this show. There we are. There's a ratings boller, isn't it? If ever there's been one. Head removing on United Kingdom Talk. Yes. Adam the plumber. Oh, where was I going with that? I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, that's it. Adam had a pizza a little while ago, and he indeed didn't enjoy it afterwards. He said it tasted really salty. Nasty. Well, don't put salt on it then, Adam. That's all I can say to you. JMO says, watch Long Shot, a documentary. I don't know what that is. Is that about food and all that? And processed food? Really, you want to avoid all processed foods. Generally, I cook all my own stuff. I open tins of baked beans. I suppose you could you class those as processed baked beans? I'm not quite sure. Thank you, Adam. There is spirituality as well. There's a spirituality church that you can go to if you believe in spirits and ghosts and all things. There's all sorts of beliefs, isn't there? Mark's having some clotted cream fudge from the West Country. Oh, don't fudge. That is a weakness of mine, fudge. Oh, you know when you go into the cinema at the pick and mix, the only thing I don't mix, is fudge. I've got a great big cup of that fudge when I used to go to the cinema. I can now go to the cinema and not buy sweets. Honestly, It saves you a fortune and all. How much are the sweets in a cinema? £5 for a bag of chocolate. Do me a favour. You know, if I don't take food into the cinema, I always buy a cup of tea. Always buy a cup of tea when I go to the cinema. And get this, right? I can go downstairs now and watch Star Trek, possibly the news, and a film and not want to go and have a wee. As soon as I get into the cinema, I sit down and I think, oh, you know, I'm watching the adverts coming off. I better have a wee before the film starts. So I leave my seat. You know, I don't go before I go into the cinema for some reason. I go in, you know, I find my seat, I sit down, I get myself, I take the coat off, you know, I put my mobile phone and the wallet all in the coat or a bag. Usually I've got a little bag with me now. I bought a little bag from Superdry, only 20 quid, like a shoulder bag, like a man bag, bit gay. You know, a little bit too gay, but never mind. So I put these things on, and then they're all sitting down, and then I decide I want to go and have a wee. And then I put the coat back on, and I pick up all my stuff again, and I go back out the cinema while the advert's on, and I have a wee. And then I come back in, and you're watching a few more adverts, and in 10 minutes... just before the film starts, oh, I don't know if I want to have another wee or not. No, probably not. So the film starts, and within half an hour, I've got to leave the cinema again and go for a wee. And I come back in again, watch some more of the film again, and after about another 45 minutes, an hour, I have to go back out for a wee. What the hell is all that about? And it only happens when I'm in the cinema. There must be something wrong with the seats. There must be some, like, bacteria that climbs in through my trousers and up my trouser leg onto my parts and makes me want to go and have a wee. Terrible. Anyone else have that? It only happens in the cinema. Desperate. So, you know, wait a bit, and you wait, and you wait. No, I've got to go. And you go, and I don't know where it all comes from. It's very, very strange. Merlin says, cinemas and theatres, I've never understood the British need to sit and watch something in the dark. Well, you are British, aren't you? Are you not British, Merlin? I thought you were British. I've never understood the British need to sit and watch something in the dark and stuff yourself with food at the same time. Last time watching Aladdin on the West End, some stupid woman seemed to have a sodding picnic for in the first half. Is that right? How awful. How awful. Well, I've been to the Royal Albert Hall, Merlin, and... It doesn't happen, actually, but you can just imagine, because the Royal Albert Hall, when you go and see an orchestra, you would be, if you're young and you go out to nightclubs, if you go to the Royal Albert Hall, you would be surprised how low the sound level is. It's always surprised me. Like, I went to the last night of the prom. I was so lucky. I actually went to the last night of the proms a few weeks ago. Now, my dad got me into that. He never went. He would have it on every year and it would be crying his eyes out, Land of Hope and Glory. And you get all the, you know, nowadays you get certain people on the radio and they say, oh, I don't understand why we have to do all that. You know, why are we singing Land of Hope and Glory? You know, it's just upsetting for other people. What are you talking about? Shut up and just turn the telly off if you don't want to watch it. You know. All these people come out of the woodworks, don't they? Oh, it's not very friendly to the other Europeans to be singing all that. What a load of twaddle. Do me a favour, will you? Do me a favour. Anyway, so, yes, so we're watching that. And you would be surprised how low the sound level is in the Royal Albert Hall. You've literally got to sit there and listen. And God help anyone who would break out a bag of crisps. I can just imagine it. There would be that you would get all tuts and looks, you know, looks around. You just wouldn't do it. But they do it in the cinema, as Merlin says there. Someone did it at Aladdin. In a theatre? Really? Oh, that's awful. I would have had a word. Just get the, you know, the ladies with the torches. What are they called? Usherettes. Actually, I can see you as an usherette, Merlin. JMO wants to know, how much is a tea? In the cinema, oh, it's not cheap. On the other hand, I think it's about £2, £2.50. Yeah, and you don't get a big cup. It's not like Starbucks. I mean, I find Starbucks, how is it £2.50? How did we get conned into paying £2.50 for a blooming cup of tea? It's outrageous. Hello, Terry H. He's there on YouTube. I think you're on YouTube, aren't you? You know, you get this. You get a decent sized cup in Starbucks if you order the extra large. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Avant Grande. Why do they use French words? Grande. Why don't you say large? Grande. Could I have a large tea, please? Grande. No, large. I said large. It's called grande. Well, I'll have a large one, please. Is it take out? They're all right in Starbucks. I find the staff quite pleasant in Starbucks. I don't agree with the pricing. You know, £2.50 for a cup of tea. Do me a favour. You get a lot of train stations. I think you can get them for about £1, £1.50. In the cinema, about the same as Starbucks, about £2.50, but only a small cup. You know, so big. And then there's the ice cream, the sweets. It's all there. You know, you have what you want. But I don't buy food in the cinema ever now. You know, I can quite happily. I'm not even tempted. I walk past the rows of sweets. Sometimes I stand close. I stand close to the fudge, and I just have a little sniff. And it's got to be vanilla fudge. I don't like chocolate fudge or rum fudge or raisin fudge. Just normal, plain vanilla fudge. Very nice indeed, but I haven't had any for months. I will allow myself to have some if I reach my target weight. My target weight is 12 stone. But there are people now telling me that they think I've lost enough, which means you're starting to look ill. You know, hey, look at. Oh, you're all right, Chris. You look. Oh, your eyes are a bit sunken. Well, I'm about to die, dear. I will if I don't have the fudge soon. Hello to Craig. Hello, Craig. Craig does hospital radio in Hinckley, and he said, I've had one of those Cadbury's Pots of Joy with a bit of cream chocolate mousse lovely. Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of pudding from the chiller cabinet in Waitrose? I think, possibly somewhere like that. A fraction of full price cost to me, £10 per pot is a bargain. Full price for 2 pots is £1. Oh, are they sort of just about to go out of date? You can save a lot of money going into supermarkets, you know, I don't know, about 7 o'clock at night, just before they close. That's when all those reduced 2 stickers come out, isn't it? There's certain things I buy, corn peppered steaks. And there's always an offer somewhere. I type them on online, compare price, corn peppered steaks, and it tells me where they're cheapest. At the moment, it's Morrison's. £2.50 at Morrison's, £3 at Waitrose, £2.70 at Sainsbury's. Now, I eat 2 of those every day, usually just before I go to bed. I'll have 2 corn steaks with baked beans, watch a little bit of television, go to bed I generally go to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning, okay? A little bit later now, because we've been doing our late night chat shows. There won't be one of those tonight. They're the ones with the video calls. If you're new to the show, I do 2 types of show. I do a few types of show, but mainly 2 types. This one, which is like, you know, in my little studio, okay, where you can phone in if I open the phone lines. We might open the phone lines a little bit later, okay? Or I do one from the living room, and that you can do video calling. You can't do video calling on this one because with this show, it goes out on YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and something beginning with V. Vaughan Live. This is all on Vaughan Live. With the video calling one, that only happens on Facebook Live, okay? So you'd need to be following us on the Facebook for that. Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK is my Facebook. So do a follow on there, all right? Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. If you want to be a friend, that's all right as well, but send me a message as well, because I'm never quite sure who is a real person, a genuine person, or who's trying to nickel my personage. What's the word now? My identity. It's a bit difficult, so always send us a little message if you want to be become a friend on there. And we've got spaces are available. Okay. Merlin, on Broadway, there's a local law that says use your mobile on a court, they will fine you. Well, good. I've never heard a mobile phone go off in the Royal Albert Hall. I've heard it in a church, Merlin. I've heard a mobile phone go off in a church. You know, it's awful. Let's do the same with noisy snacks. It was like having a horse eating hay behind me. It's dreadful, isn't it? Are you a noisy eater yourself, Merlin? Are you a messy eater? I just imagine you're eating, you know, there's food spraying out your mouth, embedded in the wall and all over the place. Oh, he kicked the seat. Good idea, Merlin. Good idea. Mark says, I will always need to go to the loo when I get the last bus from Hammersmith on a Sunday night. Oh, Mary, no, I can't mention that. That's awful. Morning, Mary. I hope you're well today. No, evening. It's still evening, is it? Greetings. Yes. Craig says, what did you think of the new Star Trek Discovery series? We were talking about that at the beginning of the show, Craig. I think it's excellent. I actually think the new series of Star Trek is excellent. So that was the Pizzahut. It was very busy in there. And as I say, £21 for 3 meals I thought was very good. Wish I hadn't had the pizza, to be honest. I didn't. Afterwards, it's all very well when you're shoving it in your mouth. But afterwards, I mean, it probably doesn't work like this. But I actually felt it go down and sit on my waist. Which there's not much of now, I'm pleased to say. You know, I've still got a bit of a tyre there. I did have at one point 3 spare tyres. One above the other. Now there's only one around the middle, which isn't too big now, so I'm quite pleased with that. All right. After that, we went chair looking. Now, if you're following the show, you will know I've been looking for a new chair for the living room. I've got a lovely corner suite in there, which, funnily enough, isn't in the corner. You know, it kind of goes. My living room is so big. Okay, it's so big, and the corner suite goes like that. Okay, like that. And here, I've got electric piano, which is about 18 years old, which I bought with my wages from my DJing from New Year's Eve 1999, when we went from 19... That was a disaster, that was. No one came out. I kid you not. I was working at that place in Clapham I used to work at, and it holds about 400 people. Well, we had about 40 in. They wouldn't pay the ticket price. They were charging ridiculous money for the ticket price. It's 40 quid. All the staff were on really good money, but no one came out. And with my wages from that night, I bought a piano. I've never been one to waste money. You know, it actually takes me quite a lot to go and buy something. But I wanted that. I thought, what can I do with it? I think I'd like to buy a piano because I didn't have a piano. I had a piano at my mum's house, but it was very old. And when my mother died in 2000, when we were emptying the flat, that's a horrible thing to do, have to empty a flat when someone's died. But nevertheless, when we emptied the flat, I looked at my piano. I thought, well, it's out of tune now and all that. I'll get it repaired. And I rang up a couple of places. I said, I've got this really old piano. It needs a good tune and there's some notes that are broken. I'm afraid to tell you, it would have been ivory on those keys. Okay, because it was a very old piano. There's no way I'd buy ivory or anything then. That's just how it was. And you couldn't buy a piano with plastic keys when that one was made. And I thought, well, it's an old piano. It's probably worth getting done up. And I rang up the piano place. And 2 piano places, and I told them the situation. He said, well, we can repair it, but it will cost you a lot of money, and it's really not worth it. What make is it? So I told them, I can't remember the make, but it said Lewisham on it, in like gold paint on the key, on the close. Well, that's thing, the key cover. When you pull the key cover down, I said, it says Lewisham. He said, okay. He said, yeah, there were a lot of those made, and there's still a lot around. Won't be worth anything, I'm afraid. If you want us to repair it, we can give you a quote for that. Not really worth doing. You're better off to buy a brand new one. So, okay, thank you very much. So I've thought about it. And I thought, okay, well, fair enough. If that's what they say, I'll just dump it. And I paid someone to come and collect it. Two blokes came. Oh, big lads. Christ, they were big lads. But an old piano like that is really heavy. Really heavy, and there were just 2 of them. Thank JMO. Yeah, well, the old one, to donate it, it just was out of tune, and there were things broken with it. It needed to be done up. So I got someone to come and collect it. Maybe they sold it on. I paid them, I think, 75 quid. That would have been in the year 1999. That's when my mum... was it 2000? Sorry. 2000? When did I buy that piano then? I might have dates. God. Oh, that's awful. No, Mum died in 2000. So the piano, 2000 to 2001. Did I buy that? Oh, I can't remember now. Doesn't matter about the dates. So he came and collected. 2 people came and they were carrying it down 2 flights of stairs, out of the flat, down 2 flights of stairs. And he kind of had this really strong cloth, which he put under the wheel, and they seemed to manage, and off it went. So I got rid of it. And I bought the electric piano, a little Yamaha electric piano, which is now 17 years old. And that's what I'll get in the living room. So the corner suite's like that. And there's a gap where you come into the living room, and then the piano's sort of against a long window there. And now and again I go down. It's electric piano, so you just turn it on, never need tuning. Lovely sound. And you can plug headphones into it as well. Underneath you can plug headphones in, but I don't really need to do that because there's no one else in the house. Even the cat died this year, didn't she? Bless her, Katie the cat. You'll see Katie at the cat on the opening video that you see, the countdown video like that. All right. Alexander says, fantastic. You said pizza, and now Lee has to have pizza. Of course they have to have. Everyone has to have pizza. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. I can't see myself having another pizza for a while now. I really didn't enjoy that. One of the best pizzas I've ever had, I have to say, are in Aldi. Aldi sell, I think, 5 pizzas in a box for like £3.50, and they are really nice. Really nice. 5 pizzas, and they're about £3.50 in Aldi. Have a look, okay? Thank you, JMO, to say that about Katie the cat. Yeah, I do miss her. I do miss her. Will I get another cat? No, absolutely no more pets. No, you can't go away, and you have to arrange people to look after them and all that. So there we are. Chicken lover. Oh, drives an Audi. I like Audis. Anyone like the Audi car? The Q7. I quite like the Q7. That's a big old thing, isn't it? I wonder if my next car will be electric. Anyway, back to the chair. So there's my living room. Now, I do have another chair similar to this, which I thought was broken. It's similar to this, but it's got a high back up there. And I didn't have it very long, and then it wouldn't lean. This one doesn't lean back, okay? But that one, the one that I had in here before, did tilt back, but it stopped tilting, and it was a bit upright. This one actually, you can push it back, and it is quite comfortable. But the other one didn't push back, whereas it used to. So that's when I put that one in the spare room, and I bought this one, which is I bought it from Viking Direct or some office supply, and it's reasonably comfortable. Anyway, before that corner unit was from John Lewis. It's about 4 or 5 years old now, and it's all right. But after a while, I just get uncomfortable in it, and there's no back. It's like the back is kind of about there, a bit lower than this, to be honest. So I thought I'll get myself another chair. But I didn't know where to put it, because this corner unit, up that end, it's right up to the window. So I moved it so far down, and I put the chair the spare chair that I had in the spare room, I took that out and put it in this little corner. And I thought, well, I'll see how that is, And I'm saying, oh yeah, this is all right, just having like a single chair, not an armchair, just a single chair there. And I thought, yeah, this kind of works. But this bit here is just a wall, and I felt a bit claustrophobic with it being right up against the wall like that, you see. And I said to my mate, oh, I don't know about buying this chair. It's a bit claustrophobic. He said, well, why don't you pull it out a little bit more? I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll move the corner unit around. So I've moved this, and that's a job and a half, that is. I did it all on my own. Move the corner unit right around. So now the living room is cut in half, because you've got the long bit there, but now the short bit's on that wall, and the telly's in the wrong place. And of course, all the wires, if you know what is, you've got a telly, haven't you? All the wires are behind the telly, aren't they? And it's kind of, once you've decided where that telly's gone, and they're all plugged in, the aerial, the plug, and all that is in that corner. You don't want to be moving it again. I thought, I don't know about this. So I've moved it. Not only that, of course, it has now revealed 4 inches of dust underneath this settee. So out comes my Hoover, which done a good job of it. And I tried that for a while and I thought, no, that doesn't work. So I've pulled the whole thing back around again. And I said and my mate says, well, why don't you just move it a little bit further over? I said, well, but then it will be kind of in the way of the door. He said, when do you close that door? And I thought about it and I thought, well, I don't ever close the living room door. So I said, move it a bit further. So I did. So I've moved it a bit further and put the chair back, you know, the one that now tilts for some reason. You know, I gave it a good bang like that and it started working again. So that tilts now. Although it doesn't recline, it just tilts. So it goes like that. It doesn't go like that. It goes like that, okay? So it tilts, which is okay, just to try it out. And he said, and if you find the walls too much, just move forward a bit. So that's what I did. And I thought, yeah, I could have a chair in that corner. So I've moved the whole thing back again. Oh, God. So for a few weeks now, I've been looking for a suitable chair to go in that corner, not an armchair. I believe they're called TV chairs. TV chairs. So they're like a bit like a glorified office chair, really. But they come with a footstool. So you've got a footstool, right? You've got a footstool and you've got the chair and the whole thing reclines. So that goes back and that comes out a little bit like that. Right? It goes so far back. And that's the sort of thing I was after. So last week we went to House of Fraser and walking around there, I couldn't find anything I liked. And then we came across one. I said, oh, that one's nice. And I picked up the price tag. Well, the price tag on this one was £1,200. I kid you not. Why? Because it had the word Italian on it, you know. Italian design. Italian design. But I liked it. And the bloke, of course, the bloke comes running over, don't they? Oh, dear. He said, yeah, that one's half price at the moment. What? £1,200? Usually, this chair is £2,400. Now, my mate is straight over. Oh, can we put a deposit? I said, hang on a minute. Hang on. £1,200 for a chair? Are you serious? He said, but you like it. That's not the point. We haven't got money to burn, dear. God's sake, man. Anyway, I laid it, you know, and it was very, very comfortable, I have to say. Anyway, so we hung around in there for a while, and I thought, oh, I don't know about this £1,200. He said, well, it's the only one we've got. It's ex-demonstrator. And when he said that ex-demonstrator, I thought, well, if I'm buying a new chair, I don't want one where someone's dirty arses, endless dirty arses, have sat in this chair and tried it out. You know what I mean? So I said, well, I'm going to think about this. So we come away, and Ronnie was saying, well, just buy it if you want it. I said, no, you know, I don't do impulse buy. As you well know, it's taken. I have been going in and out of John Lewis for about 4 years now, trying out an armchair in there. It's electric. I've been going in there every time I go in John Lewis. I go up to the furniture department and sit in this particular chair. But it's £1,000. It's £999. And to me, that's a lot of money for a chair. Of course, John Lewis, quality, it's not going to go wrong. You have a problem, you ring them up, sorted. But for a chair, £1,000, I don't know, it's too much for me. So this week I went to Bracknell and I went to Phoenix. And I thought, well, I'll have a look at the furniture in there. No furniture in Phoenix, which surprised me. Then I went to the Range. Now, that's completely opposite to John Lewis. So you're right at the other end. And there was a similar chair in there, but fake leather. I don't like leather, and I don't like fake leather. But there it was, and I thought, well, I'll just try this. And I sat in there, and it had a footstool, and I sat there, and it went back, you know, it went back. And I thought, you know, this isn't bad. How much is this one? £129. I thought, oh, that's definitely a contender. So I said to the bloke, are there any other versions of this? No, that's it. And he was totally uninterested. This is the bloke in the Range. Glasses, sitting at a desk on his computer. That's the only one, mate. Oh, right, okay, thanks very much. That's it. You know, not interested. Not interested in making a sale at all. Disappointed with the sales in the Range. So, today, I knew Ronnie we were going to Reading. And I said, can we go to Reading and look, because there's a DFS. So that's where we went today. So we went to DFS after the pizza, and we found where DFS is, there's 5 furniture shops. There's DFS, which is where Ronnie bought his settee, and we went in there first. And he was so disappointed because the settee that he bought is now half price. Instead of £1,200, it's £600. How can that go down so much? You know, how much profit do they make from these sofas and things like that? From £1,200 to £600. So he said, oh, I'm not happy about that. But he'll do something about that. He'll probably be on the phone to them tomorrow and say, well, look, hang on a minute, this was I paid £1,200 for that. Well, it's just the way it goes. You know, they had these offers, they bring them on, they take them often, they all the time. That's just the way it is. So we looked around in DFS, nothing in there really. Then we went into I think it was Harvey's. Hang on a minute. Yeah, Harvey's. We went into Harvey's and I said, have you got an armchair, a little bit like a glorified office chair? She said, I know what you mean. Yeah, we got a few of them in here, and lovely girl she was. And only seemed to be 2 staff in there. So we went around and tried these chairs, and then I came across one, and it was fabric, and I sat in it, and I thought, do you know, this isn't bad, and it's comfortable. So she's come over. Do you want to order that one? I said, no, I'm going up and down all the shops here. I'm going to try them all out. Okay. So that was it. I was in there for quite some time, actually. And Archie, who's Ronnie's nephew, I was mucking around with him as well. He's got this nerve gun, and he kept shooting me with it. Don't know if it's close up. Anyone's children got a nerf gun? Is it a nerf or nerf gun? Shoots out these bullets. Cool, dear. At close range, they don't hurt your head. Come out of there. Then we went to the next shop down, Furniture Village. Okay. And some bloke in there, I don't know where he was from, foreign bloke, and he wouldn't leave us alone. He got my nerves, he did. Can I help you? No, it's okay. Well, what are you looking for? Well, we're just looking for... Is it a chair you want? Go away, dear. And he just kept following us. He got my blooming nerves, he did. Of course, he took us over to the £1,000 chairs. Once I'd left the £1,000 chairs and gone to the 500, he kind of walked off after that. Bye-bye. So we tried a few things in there. There was a couple of reasonably comfortable ones, but again, they were like £800 or £900 and not for a chair, you know. Then I walked down to another shop. What was that? Sofaology, something like that. And they had some wonderful pieces of furniture in there, I have to say, but not a single chair like the ones I was after. So I then went back into Harvey's and I ordered it. So I've ordered my chair. Isn't it amazing how I can turn the ordering of chair into a 45-minute story? Can anyone else do that on there now? Can anyone admit to being able to do that? So I've ordered the chair. I don't have a picture of it, but if you want to look it up, and it was £250, £249, Harvey's, and it comes, she said it'd be anything up to 6 weeks, generally 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's a picture of it in here, but if you want to look it up, look at a picture. Apparently I've got to put the legs on myself. Hello, DIY Chris. You know how good my DIY is, don't you? So £249, and it's called, if you want to have a look at it, on the Harvey's website, it's called the Fenwick, Fenwick, the Fenwick Relaxer Chair Fabric. And the fabric colour I've got is wheat, WHEAT, and I like the colour. And it's comfortable, and it's nice, and it's all right, and it comes with a little footstool, £249. I thought that was damn good money. I thought that was a really good price. So I've got something there, and as I say, the Italian one I first looked at was like £1,200. So I've got what I wanted for £1,000 less than what I wanted to spend in May. I wouldn't have spent £1,200. I might have done, actually. I might have done. If I hadn't found anything else, I might well have spent £1,200. You know, because I've got a new American Express credit card, and for the first 3 months, you get 5% of everything back, which is high. That's very high. It's very good. So I'm getting my bits and pieces now that I've been after for a long time, you see, as well as early Christmas presents as well. So I'm pleased with that. Oh, I've got another Christmas present this week. Yes, I've got my nephew's Christmas present. I won't tell you what that is because there's a chance he'll be watching, my nephew. But I managed to get his Christmas present as well yesterday, so pleased about that. So I've now got one of my nephew's presents, the older nephew, the 33-year-old. Is he 33? I think he's 33-year-old. My niece's Christmas present. and my sister's Christmas present. So it's all coming together nicely this year. I've never, ever had Christmas presents in October, I tell you. Let's go back to some of your messages then, boys and girls. Hello to Emily. Welcome along, Emily. I hope you're well. Welcome to the show. I'm not gluten-free, Mary. I thought I had a problem with gluten, and I haven't. So I'm not gluten-free. Are you? I know a lot of people are gluten-free. At church, they have a special gluten-free host, don't they? Now, which you can, you have to tell the priest before, obviously, you go up there, and he seems to know who are the gluten. I think there's only 2 people, and they got gluten-free hosts that come over. Apparently, you can get gluten-free pizzas. Can you really? How does that work then? Oh, it's the base, isn't it? That's gluten-free, isn't it? Brendan Brady fan says Audi will eat your wallet. Don't fall for them. I know. Yeah, Audi cars are very, very expensive, aren't they? I do know that. Yeah, but I do like that A7. I'm not going to buy one. I just wonder if my next car will be fully electric. I've got hybrid now. I would like a fully electric car, but it would have to do 250 mile on a charge minimum. And when I say 250, I mean 250. Don't sell it to me with your statistics telling me it's going to do 250 mile an hour. If in the winter, when I've got my lights on and the heating on full blast, but the whole of the journey going there and back, it only does 150. It's got to do a minimum of 250 miles. Often when you see these manufacturers and the stuff they come out with, 0 to 60 in 1 second. I mean, how can you do that? I don't believe, and the miles per gallon and all that sort of stuff. Remember, they are perfect test conditions in a factory. What you've got to do is look at websites like perhaps What Car or something like that, and then you'll get the real, the real miles per gallon and that sort of thing. Otherwise, it's just not happening, is it? You can't believe things like that. You've got a couple of messages here. Thank you very much to Martin Rutherford, who's been sending me in bits and pieces to read you. And he said, I found this bit of irrelevant history facts, the type we like, and thought you might want it for the back burner if you have a quiet day to talk about things. Let's see what he's sent us in today. He always sends us something for soft drinks that went flat, the real story. Shall we have a look at this? Do you want to have a look at this? I'll tell you what, let's open a phone line as well. If you want to call in, I should really open them before. Hang on a minute. I'll open the phone line before. There we are. Is that on? There we go. That's on there. There's a phone number up there. If you want to call in, have a little bit of a chat with me on the show tonight, then feel free to do so. Please have something to talk about. It's a bit pointless. Like, oh, how are you? Yeah, I'm all right. What have you got to talk about? I just wanted to say hello. That's not interesting to other people. Remember, when you call in, you have to think of other people who are watching or just listening to the show. Got to have something to talk about, and it can be whatever. Something perhaps that I've talked about. But if you just ring in and say, just ringing in to say hello, well, that's not interesting to other people. Please just remember that, my darlings. All right. So if you want to call in, phone number's up there: 020 8144 3477. It's a local London number. Okay, a local London number. So it's not a premium rate or anything like that. It's just a normal phone number. 020 8144 3477. If you're outside the UK, just add 44. So if you're outside the UK and you want to use the phone, it's 44 208 144 3477. If you've got Skype, you can Skype in. The Skype is United Kingdom Talk. Excuse me, I've got itsy noise. The Skype in, all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Okay? So if you don't want to call in, you're happy to just sit there and watch, that's fine as well. So this is the simple blog of Mr. K, which Martin sends in. It says, another archive, possibly the best bit of writing I've ever done, live on tvcream.org for 11 years before they finally took off last year. Luckily, I still have the original and some choice comments I got on Facebook. While the world was changing, the balance... maybe I should read this first. I tell you what, I'm going to read that. Actually, I'm not going to do that story because I don't know what it's about, actually, Martin. I'll read that and perhaps I'll go to that if yes, on another occasion. I really need to read it first because I don't know how long it is and what it's all about. So there we are. Ben, you can't find a Fennec chair. Is that right? Oh, Well, that's what it says on the receipt. Hang on a minute. Fenwick chair. Fenwick relaxer chair fabric. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look for you. Harvest. Oh, there it is. Let's come straight up for me. Relaxer chair with footstools. Harvest furniture. Okay. No, there's not a Fenwick one there, is there? Okay, all right. Well, you see the... let's have a look. The one in the middle. The one in the middle, the Padbury swivel relaxer chair. It's very much like that, but not that material. It's in a fabric material, so that's what I've just ordered. It says there $299. I didn't pay $299. I paid $249 for mine. And I have had a look, actually, Ben, on Amazon. And on Amazon, they're going for about $300. They seem to be dearer on Amazon than they were actually in Harvey's. So I'm quite pleased with the price that I've paid for that. So that's it, all right? Mary's gone to bed. What, 11:30, Mary? Come on, girl. We're not going to be here much longer. Stay till the end of the show, darling. Okay? 0208 144 3477 if you want to call in the show today. Got some stories here. Now, how do you fancy having a plane all to yourself? Eh? Well, this woman's done it. The Sun. In the Sun, in the paper today, a British passenger couldn't believe her luck after paying £46 for a flight to Greece and getting all 189 seats to herself. Don't even have to pay business price. The author, her name's Karen, was snapped in a picture showing row after row of empty seats on the Jet 2 flight from Glasgow to Crete on a Sunday. Well, this is great, isn't it? The lucky passenger from Ayrshire was told at check-in that only 3 people were booked on the end-of-season flight. However, the other 2 people failed to show up. Wow! Karen was treated like an A-lister and given a free meal and choice of any seat on the plane. How blooming wonderful is that, eh? You just take up those, what are they, armrests, wouldn't you? And lay across all the seats. How wonderful. The pilot gave her a personalised commentary on the flight. Oh, that would get on my nerves, wouldn't it, you? Oh, no. Some blooming pilot rabbiting away in your ear while you're trying to sleep? I don't think so. Oh, dear. The pilot gave her a personalised commentary addressing her over the intercom by name and pointing out which countries they were flying over. And after landing in Crete, Karen managed to avoid long waiting times for her luggage after being handed her suitcase right from the plane. We don't get much better than that. You see, I can't stand flying. I can't stand the mucking around. And I save up for the good seats, the business class seats. I save up for that if I'm going on a plane. But mucking about the airport and checking in, worrying that you're going to lose something while you're there or on the way there. Speaking from Crete, Karen says, when I went to the check-in desk, we were actually having a joke about how many people were on the flight because last year, when I was away, there were only 8 people on the flight. He asked me to guess, so we started this guessing game, starting at 10 and working our way down. When we got down to 3, as there were another 2 people who were booked on the flight, but they ended up not showing up. Do you know how often that happens? I know quite a few people who work in the plane industry, and the amount of people that simply don't turn up for their flights is quite staggering. It really is, and they lose the money. I'm just surprised at how people don't seem to care about, losing a couple of £100. Believe me, I go into meltdown if I lose so much as 5p from my wallet. I'm on the floor, looking around, searching, dirty knees. For all the wrong reasons, I've got the dirty knees, I'm telling you that now. Ben bought 2 recliners, £900 each. Oh, blimey, Ben. I bet they're good ones, aren't they? I bet they're really good recliners. I mean, this one was... I sat in there, and I was sitting there 3-4 minutes, I suppose, trying all the various different positions that I'd be in while I was watching the telly in this chair. And I was quite happy with that. £250 on a chair and footstool. I think that's pretty good. If you get like 5 years wear out of that, I think that's pretty good value for money, don't you? Yeah. Airline industry. What did I say? Isn't that what I said? Airline industry. I'm sure I said airline industry. So that's a little story there for you boys and girls. There's another story here, which I've lost. Just a moment. From the Daily Mirror this morning. Oh, no. I deleted that. It was a stupid story about McDonald's. And I was going to read it to you. And I thought, that's just like a non-story. Do you know what I mean? It seems to be that they're running out of stories in the Daily Mirror this morning and put that in there. Now, this is interesting. In the Daily Mail today, it says, they may look pretty in our garden, but scientists maintain that we can reap plenty of health benefits by having plants indoors. Now, I've known this for some time. I've got quite a few plants indoors, actually. This behind me, can you see the little orchid there, which has not yet stopped flowering? It's got little purple flowers on there. That was a present from Maureen. Now, Maureen's one of the delightful people that come down to the karaoke, generally on a Monday night. She comes on a Monday night to Central Station, which is in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. And also, JME, you like the plant, didn't you, JME? Isn't it lovely? Look. Do you want a closer look? It's beautiful, this. It's only a small one. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look. And orchids last such a long time. They really do. And there's a new leaf there as well, which is always good news. Brand new leaf there. Must be very careful how you water them. When you water them, I've been told, do not get the water on the leaves. Or if you do, get it off, because it rots the leaves. You've got to water there. And only a little bit. I think a friend of mine, Tim, told me you only want an ice cube of water. I don't know if you should put an ice cube on there. But, yeah, buds as well. Yeah, look. But, oh, no, hang on. I think they're old. No, they're not buds. Oh, there's a bud. There's one there. I think they're old flowers that have dropped off there, but that's a new one there. So very, very pretty orchids, and they're really good value for money. When you buy something like that, right, and you pay, you don't want to be paying £10. Go to the garden centre, you can get a lovely orchid for about £5. And you might think, oh, £5, that's a lot. I can go and buy a bunch of flowers for £2. You might buy a bunch of flowers for £2. In 2 weeks' time, they're gone. You can have flowers on an orchid for months. Honestly, they're such good value and very, very pretty. And as J-Mo says, they're very sensitive, aren't they? Just like yourself, I'm a very sensitive person myself. I am. Anyway, so I've got a lot of plants in the house. I've got a lot of spider plants. I've got peace lilies, and they're all on various windowsills, and a few in the bedroom as well. I remember, I think when I was a child, was it my nan? She told me not to have plants in your bedroom because they take the air away from you. And I don't know where that ever came from, because that's completely opposite to what they do. They take the carbon dioxide that you're breathing out and they shove out oxygen. So I don't know where that... And a lot of people would say that. Don't have plants in the bedroom because they take the air away from you. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Anyway, back to this story from the Mail Online today. It says... the presidents, while experts have long preached the benefits of houseplants, scientists are now saying that popping some greenery on your bedside table can boost your sleep and health. Now, I don't actually have them on my bedside table. On my bedside table, I have 2 asthma things, which I hardly ever use now. My asthma improved dramatically about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know why it did. It just stopped. Oh, yes, I do know why it did. I stopped drying clothes in the house. So if you've got asthma and it's bad, I would say to you, stop drying clothes in the house, or if you have to dry them in the house, select a room to dry them in and always keep that door closed, because I do believe it was the moisture of the clothes that used to do my breathing. That and the cat. Well, the cat's gone now. She's been gone a few months. I hardly touched the asthma thing. And I had a brown steroid inhaler as well. I stopped that months ago. I stopped using that as well. And listen, perfect, no problem. Now and again, I might have I don't know if that's right. I could probably not use it at all, really. But on my bedside cabinet, I have that. And I have also a salt lamp. So it's like a salt crystal, like a pink salt crystal. It's got a lamp in it, and it weeps. Honestly, it weeps. I don't know where it must absorb the water from around me, and it's actually on a tray because it weeps, and you get a collection of water on the tray. I mean, it must be blooming dangerous through electrics in that as well. Anyway, back to this story. It says the presence of plants reduces stress, anxiety, and helps with the removal of airborne pollutants. The Joy of Plants delved into research from NASA and the American College to determine which houseplants are best suited to your bedroom. And here we go. The Acria palm, Arica palm, it says, Madagascan Arica palm leads the way in efficiency at mopping up pollutants. Researchers say that the palm is brilliant for anyone prone to colds and sinus problems because it releases moisture into the air. This in turn makes it much easier to breathe, so it will help you nod off quicker. Have you got any plants in your bedroom? What plants have you got in your bedroom? Or flowers? I don't know if I would imagine cut flowers wouldn't do the same thing, you see. Then you've got the aloe vera plant. Now, we all know that one, don't we? Now, when you get a bit of sunburn, aloe vera on. Well, it's a plant. I don't know if some of you may not know that. It's actually a plant. Easy to keep and aesthetically pleasing in any home. The aloe vera plant has been named as one of the best plants for air pollutants by NASA. Why? Because it releases oxygen continuously throughout the night. I must get some. I must rush to the garden centre tomorrow and get aloe vera plants. We need them. It releases oxygen continuously throughout the night, making it an ideal bedroom addition. JMO has an aloe vera plant. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? I quite like the fact they're a bit squashy, aren't they? The leaves... If you was to cut a leaf off, it's full of the aloe vera stuff, and if you just squeeze it gently, it's like it's squishy. I like squishy, don't you, JMO? Apparently cheap. I didn't know that. I could always order one online. I have ordered plants online before, and they come in a box, and that's okay, isn't it? Here's a surprising one: the English ivy. More commonly associated with Christmas, the ivy that grows up your house is actually perfect for your bedroom. Researchers at the American College of Allergy, Asthma and Immunology found that English ivy in particular removes 78% of airborne mould in just 12 hours. Well, I'm going to have to get some of that. I will get some more plants after reading it. And there's a whole list of other things down here. Here's another one that I've got, number 7 on the list. This is in the Daily Mail. If you type in Daily Mail, the plants NASA says need bedroom, you should be able to find it. I'll tweet it, actually. Do you want me to tweet it? I'm on tweet, okay, at Twitter. My Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. Twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK if you want to do the Twitter thing. Sometimes I post links on there. There you go. All right, and you'll see that page there. So go onto my Twitter, twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK, and you'll find the tweet about the plants there. You can read the whole article there. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But I've got peace lilies. Number 7, peace lily. This beautiful plant can cleanse the air and improve it by 60%. It also absorbs mold spores through its leaves and circulates them through its roots to use as food. And one other one, and I've got lots of these, the spider plant. The spider plant. This house plant grows up super quickly, which indeed it does. They're ever so easy to grow. I've actually got some. I've still got some to give away. I made a load this year and I couldn't give them all away. The house plant grows super quick and can remove up to 90% of the toxins from the air in your bedroom in just 2 days. Wow. It's especially great for people with dust allergies. So there we are. While you're spending your money on all these blooming machines and devices that supposedly suck the stuff out your air and chuck good air in, all you need is a few plants. That's all you need. Ben says, during the night, plants consume oxygen, but they don't release any. I thought they gave it out at night. Don't they give it out at night, Ben? Well, why is my Daily Mail telling us to put plants in there? They take in CO2 and give off O2. In the dark, they do the reverse. They give off CO2. I don't know. Did you see my confirmation? No, I don't know what that is. Okay. I'm not keeping up with your messages there, Ben. There's so many of them, darling. Power recliner. Oh, you got power recliners, have you? Power recliners. Oh, they're expensive, they are. Greetings to Florian from Germany who joins us. You're a little bit late, Florian. We're going to be leaving soon, my friend. We're going to be leaving soon. Sorry, because it's time for me to have a cup of tea. And then possibly to have a little bit of an early night. I fancy a shower, actually. I'm feeling a little bit sticky. It's been wonderful weather here in the UK today. And we've got it again tomorrow as well. Temperatures, I think, 16 or 17 degrees centigrade tomorrow, which I think is we're almost at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, aren't we? Yeah, almost at 70 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. And it was beautiful today. Florian loves tea as well. Yeah, me too. You can't beat a cup of tea, can you? You really can't beat a cup of tea. Alrighty. Let's just refresh that. There we are. That's lovely. Let's come back there. Himalayan salt pipe is good. I don't know what that is. A Himalayan salt pipe. Yeah. Hello to Ashley. Aviation industry, yes, aviation industry. Thank you very much for that. Merlin says, my flight back from the US in October, it was just me and the other half in business with Virgin. Oh, that's nice. I haven't been on a Virgin plane since I went to Florida. Gosh, that would be a long time ago, about 18 or 19 years ago. And that was in premium economy, that one. Which was it was okay actually, you know. I haven't been in I think it's upper class on Virgin. They don't have business today. It's upper class on Virgin. So there we are. All right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls, and then I'm going to disappear, have a cup of tea. Oh, I must watch Star Trek. I'm looking forward to watching the latest Star Trek Discovery. Hopefully my sister won't be on Netflix. If she's on it, you see, if she's on Netflix, I can't watch it at the same time because I don't have my own account. All right, so today's birthdays, let's have a look. There we are. Happy birthday today. So that's Tuesday, the 24th of October, 2017. Happy birthday today to Richard Green, 40 years old today. Great age. Happy birthday, Richard. Hope you're well. Happy birthday to Anna Jane Knight, who is my cousin's wife. She's in Australia and she's got a lovely daughter as well. And my cousin Vincent. So happy birthday today to Anna Jane Knight, who will be, well, she'll probably be just getting up now. It'll be Wednesday for her now, wouldn't it? Happy birthday, Anna. Long time no see, my darling. Hope you're well. Happy birthday to Karen and Louise. Is it both your birthdays today? 56 years old. Karen and Louise, happy birthday to you. Adam Seddon is a young 25 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Adam. Hope you're well, sir. CJ, 29 years old today. I haven't seen you for about 10 years, CJ. I hope you're doing well with your life and you're happy in that, okay? 29 today. Happy birthday to CJ. Zoe today is 34 years old. Happy birthday, Zoe Powell. Danny Dellaway. Love the surname Dellaway. That's got a ring to it. Danny Dellaway. You must be pleased with your mum for giving you such a name. That works. Danny Dellaway, doesn't it? Happy birthday, Danny. Nicola Devlin. Again, another wife of one of my cousins. Patrick Devlin is one of my cousins. He doesn't actually live that far from me, about 45 minutes away from me. So happy birthday to Nicola. I didn't get to you early enough to have that cup of tea we promised, did we, when I went to see, when I met up with Patrick, who's my other cousin I hadn't seen for 40 years. I met up with him about 2 weeks ago now, and it's just wonderful to keep in contact like that. Happy birthday, Nicola. Hope you're well, okay? DJ West, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, DJ. Aluishious Simon. Aluishious Simon. Is that a name? Or is that a company? I'm not quite sure, but it says you're 34 years old today, so I don't like to miss anyone out. Happy birthday. And the lovely Simon Reed today is 52 years old as well. So happy birthday, Simon. Here comes the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, boys and girls. If you're wondering where the birthdays come from, they come from my Facebook list. Now, if there's someone who isn't on my Facebook list, and perhaps you know someone and you'd like me to sing happy birthday to them, that's fine. Just pop us in a little private message, maybe a couple of days before if possible, so I know where I am, and I'm happy to do that for you. Okay, no problem at all. Hello to Joey, who's just joined us. I'm sorry, Joey, I'm about to go now. Oh, it's Karen's birthday today, is it, Karen? Happy birthday, Karen. Well, you confuse everyone saying Karen and Louise just because you're with her, dear. Don't have to put her name on there. Happy birthday to you, Karen. Will you be out at the weekend at all? We've got another birthday Friday. It's DJ Chris's birthday on Friday, or is that Monday? No, I think it's Friday. DJ Chris, one of our karaoke people, and he'll be celebrating his birthday this week at the karaoke, which I'll be hosting at Central Station on Friday night, 8:30 to midnight. Okay, karaoke at Central Station on Friday night, 8:30 to midnight. Happy birthday to you, Karen. And Viren says, you turn your bedroom into a jungle, Chris. You know, I that could be really nice, that, couldn't it? Next time, I tell you what, next time we have a... How long's it been like this now? I generally change it once a year. We've got... I change the background once a year to something else. I could have ivies and all sorts of things growing up the wall there, couldn't I? That could be... That's a blooming good idea, Vera. That's a really good idea. Thank you. I might well do that. Spider plants, and we could have all sorts. It was not horrendously expensive to do either. The only thing is, of course, the sun doesn't really come in there. And I wonder if they'd be okay with that. Do they not need to get a little bit of sunlight through there? I'm not quite sure, but that would be nice to have a load of plants, more plants than sort of that beautiful little orchid that the delightful Maureen purchased me, isn't it? Hello to Claire Norton, joining us a little bit late today as well. All right, and Robbie Deverill. I'm sorry, Robbie, we're going to go now, I'm afraid. It's time for me to disappear. Going to have my cup of tea and watch this week's edition of Star Trek. All right, that's it for the show today. Thank you very, very much for joining us on this nighttime show. Might be back with you tomorrow morning. I don't know, about 10 o'clock. We'll see how it goes, all right? If I find something else to talk about, you know, I might run out of things to talk about. I don't think that'll happen, do you? Have a nice sleep tonight, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.